welcome back, everyone.
Hi.
So I was gonna go grind stats off camera, but then I found out that I'm trapped by plot every direction I could turn.
Plot!
So, didn't do that. Instead, we're gonna have to resume... Whoops.
The chest is empty.
Checking our chest, apparently.
Very important.
So we got the doll, and now we're gonna go downstairs and have some breakfast.
What do you suppose it'll be?
Something Mordavian style with some garlic, maybe?
Pay the innkeeper for your room and board.
Thank you for your payment.
You're welcome.
You know, there's I saw a guide to, like, ways to be bad in Quest for Glory that mentioned dodging
Meet
the
your
innkeeper.
plain but nourishing breakfast. It has more than a bit of garlic added for spice.
So we don't know what it is, but it's plain and
It
nourishing.
has been my custom to sometimes go over to the center of the town and sit by the staff, yeah. I fell asleep there the other afternoon, and I had the most wonderful dream. I dreamed my daughter was playing in the flowers, the daffodils, actually. I held her in my arms, and she said that you brought her there. She said you should visit the staff when night falls. And then the dream faded, and I awoke. Oy, it was so good to hold my child again, even if it was only in a dream. Still, you could try to visit the staff some night. The dream could have been important.
Huh. I wonder
Interesting.
what clue they are giving us there. I see what you mean about being hemmed in by plot.
Yes, see. So, for some reason I can't greet them now. But I can tell them about my adventures.
Tell Bella about some of your adventures in Shapir and Tana.
Mordavia certainly needs all the heroes it can get, and it does seem to me like you are the very, very best.
She has only my word for that, but you know.
Yeah, you've done some stuff.
Let me tell her about paladins.
My grandmother told me about the paladin once. The Paladin Piotyr came here with Irana. Yeah, in fact, Piotyr is supposed to be
So there's another
Dimitri,
tidbit.
the Burgomeister's grandfather. Although
Yeah, well.
my grandmother was not very clear about that matter.
Really?
You can't go downstairs for breakfast without running into plot. Plot, plot, plot.
Okay, so now tell me about your dream, Bella.
I often have dreams I can see Tanya again. Oh, I know she must be alive somewhere. I can feel it.
Bella, enough! I am sorry, but Bella cannot accept that our child is dead.
It is you who are wrong, Yuri. You have given up hope.
We will speak of this later, Bella. Why don't you go see what's burning in the kitchen?
Oh, come on, Yuri. Tell me about Tanya, Bella.
Tanya was my beautiful daughter. She was lured away from here one night 2 years ago, and no one has seen her since.
She is gone forever, Bella.
No, I will never believe that. I know someday she will return, and my dreams will come true.
Tell me about the staff.
My mother used to go to the garden or the staff whenever she was unhappy. She said that the staff always made her feel safe and warm. I have always felt such feelings there as well, I might add. My grandmother used to say that the staff was from the mage Irana, that it was Irana's final gift to Mordavia when she died. I only know that you should visit there at night sometime. Perhaps
Really?
you will have a pleasant dream there.
Right. That helps
Pleasant.
me a lot.
Pleasant, right.
Tell me about Irana.
My grandmother used to tell stories about Irana. How she was part fairy folk and unearthly beautiful, and she brought kindness and magic wherever she went.
Exposition, exposition, exposition.
Wives' tales.
Yuri.
They were true. somewhere in the forest lies Irana's garden. My grandmother used to visit there sometimes before the woods got too dangerous to travel in. My grandmother told me how very beautiful the garden was, and how it filled her with happiness. Oy, how I wish I could visit there sometime.
No, Bella. It is too dangerous outside the town
She
wall.
knows that, Yuri.
I know, Yuri. Still, someday I will go there. You'll see.
Tell me about yourself, Bella.
I'm fine, thank you very much. I just wanted to tell you about my dream because I was certain you would know of such things. You know, dreams have important meanings, right?
Bella, he does not need to listen to such nonsense.
It is for him to decide if it is nonsense or not, Yuri.
Thank you, Bella.
Yuri is so negative.
It really is. Tell me about yourself, Yuri.
Oh, I had a dream last night about my lost daughter, Tanya. I awoke suddenly and had difficulty getting back to sleep. Other than that, I am well.
Tell me about Tanya.
2 years ago, Tanya was stolen from her bedroom one night. There was no sign of what happened to her. There were rumors that the gypsies had stolen Tanya away, but when I went to their camp, I found no sign of her. Then the gravedigger mentioned that several times he saw a huge monster near her window at night. That is all I know of the matter. We both miss our daughter very deeply.
Tell me about Domovoi.
There are supposed to be domovoi in most houses in Mordavia. They bring good luck as long as you don't try to harm them. The domovoi are creatures of legends, although I have never seen one.
We have.
Tell me about the Rusalka.
In the folk tales of this region, we have always spoken of those beautiful maidens who seek to drown whomever comes near. I do not know if the Rusalki are real or not, but they make a good story.
Yeah, sure. How about vampires? Can you tell me anything about
We
those?
do not like to speak of such things in Mordavia.
Oh,
It is
okay.
considered bad luck. There have been always rumors of vampires around here, though.
Oh, the rumors no one speaks of. Got it.
Can't speak of rumors,
And Bella's randomly pumping iron back there.
as you do.
Oops.
So, I saw this guide that was advising you to climb in and out the window so that you can sleep at the inn without ever paying. But the thing about it, of course, is that you spend more.
On rations.
The strangest thing happened. Someone broke into the old monastery and
Who,
burned
us?
the place down. I don't suppose you'd know anything about this.
Me? Why would I know anything about people burning monasteries down? Well, hello there.
Is it not a coincidence that I smell smoke as you draw near?
Well,
coincidence.
the fire was a couple of days ago. I don't know if you know that. But,
not like
actually,
we've had
it's
a
not a
bath.
coincidence.
You
not
described
like we had a bath.
the evil, the terrible evil you found within the monastery, and how you felt it was necessary to burn the place to the ground so that the evil would not spread.
Perhaps I should learn to value your judgment. It is a good thing the place is destroyed.
Aw, shucks.
The hero never takes baths, you know?
So, are we friends now, Burgermeister?
I keep having this suspicion that you will be getting into even more trouble than you have
Aw.
already. It seems to
I
be
think you
your
might not like me
nature.
yet. Are there any rumors?
There are rumors that you have entered the monastery before. It was a bad place, and it is good that it is now gone. It looks as if most of the inside was pretty much burned away. It is no great loss to the town and a vast improvement.
No great loss and a vast improvement. Let's see. I think he still won't accept any gifts.
What? No thank you. I am cutting down on my between meal snacks.
Well, I mean, good for you, I suppose. But, you know, it's candy. Everyone likes candy.
Health conscious, he's probably taking care of his teeth.
I have no interest in your weeds.
But I picked them specially for you.
You know what I think? I think we should go find somebody who will appreciate those flowers.
Well,
Good
goodbye.
luck.
Okay, I think first we should do our business in town, then we should go find somebody who will appreciate flowers.
Well, I'll have to go meet with some shapeshifters.
True.
And do a bit of stat grinding on the way, of course.
Of course.
But first, let me see if I can...
Straighten out your...
Let me see if I can straighten out my jacket.
It is not often that one of your talent and potential comes into Mordavia. Unfortunately, I have already awarded the laboratory assistant position to Frankie.
How
We didn't even get to
disappointing.
interview!
It doesn't...
Very disappointing.
Hi,
Say
Cranium.
hello to the scientist.
Welcome back, my young friend.
Thank you. Let me tell you about Silmaria,
Tell Dr.
which I know all about because I've never been
You would
them.
like to visit Silmaria someday, but fear you are trapped forever in Mordavia.
Ha ha ha! Silmaria, a lovely place by the sea. You must be sure to visit the Academy of Science there when you visit. I am sure you will have the opportunity someday.
Interesting.
I wonder why he would be sure of that.
So, tell me a little bit about
You're it.
science. Well, actually, I'm not interested in what you have to say. I just want my healing potion and poison cure. Thank you very much. Tell me about your career.
Oh, being a world-famous scientist is a very fulfilling life. You live off the research grants, call everything you do an experiment, and bring bodacious babes back from the grave. Nice work if you can get it, huh?
Sure. You know what? I'm not even gonna ask about Frankie.
You don't want to know about the bodacious babe you brought back from the
I
grave?
do not.
You say...
Bye. Get out of here.
Should you ever visit Silmaria, I should be most pleased to give you a recommendation into the Academy of Science there. Science needs more adherence with your energy.
Really?
Science needs us.
Oh, that's good. I think it's time to go out and cast some spells. Well, just one spell over and over again.
You mean glide.
But
Yes.
it's my only spell! It's actually not true, but the other one doesn't build my magic because it
Isn't a magic
isn't
spells.
cast.
The water is too shallow.
Yeah, this is a
Water-
very tedious game to
Well,
do
it's
certain
very-
kinds of grinding in.
Very tedious to grind magic in particular because you can't get...
It's quite tedious to grind throwing as well.
Well, and because there's no stamina, pills, or potions. You can't get rich and
Yeah.
stat grind all day like you could in the other games.
I like to get rich and then blow all of my money on vigor potions
Yeah, you could easily do that in the first game.
and then go, whoops.
The water...
Alright. So, I think now... Let's just have a look at my amazing stats.
Ooh, you are strong,
So my
actually.
strength actually is pretty good. Agility and vitality, luck, those still need some work. My magic is adorable.
It's cute.
Communication is crawling upward. My climbing needs serious work, but again, I didn't have that until this game, so I'm actually doing pretty well for that. As you can see, I haven't done a lot of fighting, and at some point I'm going to need to
That's
work
like
on
wish
that, and I'm
I
also going to need to work on throwing. So there's some definite stat grinding up ahead. Just gotta get to a point in the plot where I can actually not run into plot for a little while. So I think I'll spend today grinding so that we can do the next plot segment. Just gonna come over here.
Your grand...
Oh, that'll work.
I still want to know why it thinks there are rocks Oh, I guess you were clicking on the mountains behind them, technically?
Yeah. And I just grabbed some rocks from there. I guess we're grinding throwing today.
Now, once you have got enough rocks, you can do that with the keyboard, but... Just hold it down.
Yeah, that'll work until I start running there.
Yes. Well, nothing's perfect.
You grab...
This game is actually really annoying to get rocks in.
It is extremely annoying, and it doesn't even give you a consistent number of rocks per grab.
Yes. You grab a handful every time, but a handful is vary in size a lot.
It can be anything from 2 to, I don't know... I don't think it's ever been 1 for me, but...
I think it's anywhere from like 2 to 5.
Whereas in the previous games,
it was always the same
multiples
number.
of 5. Either 5 or 10. Granted, picking up a handful of 10 rocks is kind of an achievement, so...
Well, if they're pebbles.
And in the 5th game, it goes back to being 5 every time. Although, when you throw them, they become individual, and you have to pick up each individual rock. And
yeah, don't ever do that. Just pick up the sections of 5 rocks, and then leave the screen and come back and get more.
Yes.
5 actually is the first game where you have to pick up rocks in specific places. You can't just get them everywhere.
It's a pretty good game for grinding overall, though.
It is. It's the first one where you can grind vitality very well.
There are very few... There are still stats that are problems, like luck and...
No, luck is always a problem. In this game, I think you can actually kill yourself by throwing rocks at yourself.
Well, the first game you can kill yourself by picking your nose, so...
I wouldn't know about that. I'm a paladin.
Bye-bye, I'm a paladin.
It's a little feat I like to call role-playing. Oh, now I'm so exhausted everything I do hurts. Okay.
Hey, you've been working hard throwing rocks at the ground.
I have. I'm sure this is really exciting for all our viewers at home. Let's pick up some more rocks. You can make some lousy rock puns, but I think that will get tiresome.
Also, I did them already.
Yeah, I know.
We could try branching out.
Grab a hand. You grab a handful.
You could tell some stories.
Stories about throwing rocks?
No, I was just thinking, you know, some stories like the one about the Cheerios in the box. Yeah.
Shaggy dog tales, yes. Pass the time.
Now you're going to give it away that they're all Shaggy dog stories.
Well, yes. In this game, Shaggy dog stories aren't really appropriate. Because the dogs, if you have noticed,
it's true, are not actually Shaggy at all.
They're scaly dog stories.
You know, if you took this rhythm of the rocks being thrown and laid some music over it, it's like a pretty good disco beat going here. Which is why I'm like dancing there.
Oh, is that why?
You what? You grab.
I'm trying to think of fun stories that relate to. Okay, so here's a well, as of the time we're doing this, the Coles are running a Kickstarter for their new game, which is I'll call it a spin-off of Hero U. It's not
Not the
actual sequel. It's Summer Days at Hero U. That's with a Z. D-A-Z-E. It's a pun or play on words.
From the coals?
I know. It shocked me too.
After
I've donated to that. I'm very excited to...
Oh, it's getting to be twilight, so we're just gonna climb some trees.
you are you getting some
Doing a little bit of stat grinding when you're so exhausted everything you do hurts helps you build up your vitality. And since vitality is always a pain to build up.
And since it slows your grinding down to have low vitality.
It's worth injuring yourself a little bit every time you grind stats. Not stopping as soon as you get the message.
You know, it is kind of interesting to me that on the one hand, I think we, in many ways, got really good at grinding stats in these games. But also, there were stats where I just recently found out how you're supposed to grind them.
Some stats are easier to grind
Or
than others.
that there was a location where you could do such and such a stat that I never knew about.
So let's go have some dinner. Yeah.
Don't break
You
think we'll
hear
just knock on the
movement
door.
on the other side of the door.
Alright. Sit down, have some dinner. Hi, Bella.
You get a fine meal of roast lamb garnished with red cabbage. Oh, and liberally flavored with garlic.
Now, lamb, cabbage, and garlic is actually an interesting combination.
It is. I'm not sure how good I would find it.
Good evening, Slick.
Hey, they talk to me now.
Good to see you, okay?
Greetings and salutations.
I like that even these lines are not the same.
Welcome. Oh, you've done quite a lot in Mordavia, pal.
Didn't know that was what I was talking about, but okay.
good thing you came here, a good thing.
Yeah, I've thrown a
Yeah,
lot
'cause
of rocks.
frankly, we never knew there were that many things to do around here.
I know, there's so many rocks to redistribute.
Rock redistribution.
I am a rock redistribution specialist.
Cave? What am I, a tour guide? What cave?
Well, you must mean my apartment. We know of no cave in Mordavia.
Right, of
He
course you don't.
probably means the cave of the Dark One.
That might be it, in fact.
Oh yeah, that cave.
Very scary, you know? We didn't know you meant that cave.
Right, but you
We
only have the one.
generally don't care to talk about it.
It's
Fair enough.
somewhat on the cursed side, know what I mean?
Yeah, that seems a bit
It's
superstitious.
bad luck. Very bad.
It was made by the cult when they performed their unspeakable rites there, and a few unspeakable wrongs from what we hear.
That's why it's kinda ixnay on the Ave K. You follow?
Okay, that's a lot of words to say you don't talk about it. Tell me about yourself, folks.
Well, now that the harvesting season's over, I can relax a skosh.
Oh, yeah. Now that the garlic is gathered and the cloves are put into the ground for next year, I can sit, enjoy myself, and be stinking.
Now that the elephants are all gone, I have nothing better to do than sit here and help the others drink. I regard it as kind of a public service.
Really?
It was interesting because apparently he is like... He made a significant amount of money off the elephants or something, because...
You mean because he's been unemployed for however many years and he still has money to go drink at the inn every night?
Yep.
Tell me about the Rusalka.
A Rusalka is the undead spirit of a drowned maiden, okay?
Yeah, she tries to lure others to a watery death. What a body!
That's the downside. The upside is she doesn't wear any clothes.
So obviously there is some attraction, but there was a rumor for a while that there was a Rusalka in Mordavia's lake.
Really?
Yeah, no one who tried to check this rumor out ever returned.
Rusalka's supposed to be very beautiful, you know. And the ones that went to find out We're all guys.
Really?
What a pity.
What a shame.
Yeah, but what a way to go.
Do you ever get the suspicion they might have sent some of the parties out to find the Rusalka?
Hey, you should totally go see if there's Rusalka like
Vampires.
Oh, great. Chamber of Commerce is gonna have a fit. Look, just because Mordavia is noted for vampires, it doesn't mean that there are any
here. About
here.
the Chamber of Commerce having a fit.
Yeah, just because we string garlic everywhere doesn't mean we're worried about vampires. It just means we're stinky.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You're overreacting here. Just because no one dares to go out at night or even thinks about visiting Castle Borgov doesn't mean we believe in vampires here.
Really? Tell me more about the castle that no one dares visit.
Look, we know doodly squat about the people of the castle, all right?
Okay.
Oh, he's right. I mean, we have no reason to suspect that they're vampires.
I didn't say you did.
Other than the fact that no one has seen them in the daytime and huge black bats circle the castle at night. No reason at all.
Well, when would you expect huge black bats to circle the castle?
midday, obviously.
Tell me about rumors.
Look, Cool Breeze, I tried to tell you before, we do not gossip here.
Yeah, unless we really want to.
And if there's any
That line has nothing
backstabbing
to do with
going on
the-
around here, pal, we're gonna do it face to face.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, well, good evening, gents.
They all wave to you in response.
Now, let's just, go upstairs casual-like.
You unlock the door to your room and go in.
Casual.
Now, for no reason at all, we'll just spend the night here.
After
For no reason at all.
It's not like I think this is going to trigger any plot points or anything.
Plot points? What plot points? Oh dear, those guys
your
downstairs
sleep is
are wearing
interrupted
off on us.
around midnight. You can hear weeping from somewhere below your room.
That doesn't seem good.
Goodness, do you suppose we'd better go investigate?
I'm just going to save because we haven't for a while. Nothing bad is actually going to happen in this section. As far as I know, there's no way to screw this part up.
As you enter the hallway, you hear someone faintly crying downstairs.
Well,
Crying is coming from the door below the stairs. That's the innkeeper's room.
the honorable thing to do in such a situation is go snoop. He's going to come listen at this door here.
The cries are coming from behind this door. You can hear the voices of the innkeeper and his wife.
Just make sure everyone's okay.
You must accept it, Bella. Tanya is dead. You will never see her again.
No, I cannot believe it. She can't be. I know she's alive. I know she will come back to us.
Crying will not bring her back to us. This is foolish. Just go to sleep.
How can I sleep when my baby is not safe? She is at the castle. I know she must be.
Then she must be dead. Bella, there is nothing we can do.
The cries fade off to quiet sobs.
Well, gee.
You unlock the door to your room and go in.
I wonder if we can squeeze 2 plot points into one night.
How so?
Well, I don't know if this is going to work, but let's try. I have enough climbing to go out the window.
A shiver of cold comes over you. You sense no danger, but even so, you find yourself afraid.
And Piotyr wants to talk to us, because every time you go by the staff at night, Piotyr wants to talk to you. If you're a
There
Paladin.
is one for whom I weep. She lies in her watery grave, her heart broken by a lover untrue. Speak with the gypsies on how to free her spirit. Free the Rusalka and heal her
sorrow.
Now, we got that message before, right? That's not
yes.
new.
We did. But what I'm wondering is if we can sleep here the rest of the night. And get a dream.
Looks like yes.
You are flying in the very source of all magic.
That sounds nice.
You are filled with power and the knowledge of how to use it.
Sweet.
You create flowers.
Does this mean that I get more than one spell?
Trees fill their branches with magical fruit as you touch them. You dance in a circle, and the very ground itself radiates peace and harmony. You sing the message of your heart, and the magic echoes around you a song of love and happiness.
Billow's
Then you
right. Nice
realize
dreams
that
of the
it is
staff.
not you doing this. It was someone else, back in time.
Well, except now it's getting slightly creepy.
Gee, who could that be?
You hear that voice calling you again.
What?
Darkness surrounds you, eats at you.
Yeah, nice
Voice
dreams of the
calls
staff.
out
Right.
again, and you are afraid. It calls from the center of the darkness, drawing you nearer and nearer. The darkness sucks at you, pulling you towards the voice as it flays all warmth and life from you. You scream!
Nice dreams of the staff, they say.
You gradually wake, shaking off the shreds of dreams that cling to your memory.
Go sleep at the staff, they say. You'll get nice dreams, they say. It's a trick!
The days are getting cooler and shorter. Winter is approaching.
Really? Good morning to you, too.
Good to see you.
Let's see if he has anything new to say to me.
I am well, and I hope that you are also.
Why, thank you.
He's mostly polite.
I know only what legends tell of them, undead which drink the blood of the living. We have always had stories of them here. I have never known anyone here to be harmed by a vampire, that we know of for certain.
He's the only one who will actually talk to you about them, like, at all.
I have not spoken of it before, because I know so little. Still, it is very bad luck to speak of it, and the memories of Mordavia are deep. They worshipped it in the monastery, that much I know. The members of the monastery stayed mostly within its walls, but the townspeople feared them. They said the followers were all like madmen, concealed in robes and speaking in whispers.
Ah, yes.
Then one day they were all gone. We heard of the fighting down by the Dark One's cave, of course. No one returned here except for my grandfather. He brought this staff here and said Irana was dead. That is all I know of the matter. I am sorry if I cannot help you more. Be careful and good luck.
Any rumors I should know about?
The town is quiet now, and the rumors are few. Except for the ones about you.
Really?
What do they say about?
Those the flowers now?
I have no interest in your weeds.
I keep telling you. You should give the flowers to someone who
A hero
appreciates
can
them.
try. Let's have some breakfast.
It's a typical country breakfast. Fried beets and sausage with garlic for a garnish.
Typical, yep.
You get a smile in response. Tell about some of the things you have done in Mordavia.
Perhaps we do need a hero around here.
Why, thank you.
You get
It's interesting how sometimes when both of them are in the room, you only talk to Bella, and sometimes you only talk to Yuri.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go say hello to the good doctor.
You hear mysterious...
I have it! Just practicing for my next incredible discovery, you understand.
Right. Well, as a scientist, I too do that. Hi, Dr. Cranium. No new options here. Yeah.
You're it?
No new options here either. Goodbye, Dr. Cranium.
Said hello again instead. But...
well, that's good for my communication.
Of course.
Alright.
Now where are we going today?
To the planetarium.
Couldn't we watch a film strip instead?
Okay, now let's see if I can remember how to get to the camp. Oh, but first I have to go cast Glide 12 times.
I'd just like to point out that we just sort of casually threw in an exchange from one of the Magic School Bus computer games that probably nobody knows of. And this is what happens when...
Hey, the family that plays together stays together, like Mama always said.
She said that?
Yeah.
So she said that occasionally.
Well, yes, it's not one of the things she always said. Glide, 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 glide,
glide. Wonderful glide.
Okay, now let's see if I can remember how to get there.
I do have a map on hand in case you need it, but...
well, I think it's this way.
So basically, you're going for the northeasternmost corner.
This way. So I can't go this way anymore, and then...
north until you can't go north, and so on, yes. Right now you're passing by the cemetery. You go through the Leashy screen.
Hi, Leashy. Apparently we're going to have to fight a bunny on the way. Hi, bunny.
Which is the side effect of briefly increasing our stamina. Overall, in fact. We rested up.
Tough hero who could beat a bunny up. But it started it, so.
Too far.
Yeah. Back this way.
And north, and north, and east.
Don't we go north one more?
No.
No. Ah! Here we'll just run loop-de-loops. A la Freddy Fish. Ah, that was the you got points noise.
Greetings and welcome to our camp. You are a stranger no longer. When you saved me from death, our lives became intertwined. Henceforth, you are to be known as a gypsy friend.
Thank you.
Come now. I will take you to the leader of our camp.
Thank you. Do I get a choice in this? No? Okay. Well, that's cool.
So, you are the one my son spoke of. You saved his life.
Yep, that would be me.
You also entered fearlessly into our den of wolves. You are a man of great courage.
Yep, that sounds like me too.
We gypsies owe you for our Davy, and I believe we will owe you for things to come. Welcome. I am the fortune teller. I will teach you a spell. It will protect you against the dead that rise again. I think you will find this most useful in your questings.
Gypsy fortune teller touches your head briefly. Magic flows through you.
Hey, I know two spells now.
The aura spell.
Now, let us learn more of you. Why have you come here, and what do you seek?
Well, first things first, let's be polite.
Oh my, for an outsider, you are most polite.
I don't think I'll tell her that my name is Delenn.
You tell the gypsies your name.
We are honored to know your name.
Which you will now avoid using for the rest of
It
you.
is a good name, a strong name. You bear it well.
Why, thank you. So, the reason I'm here as a brave, fearless sort is that I have scary dreams.
Tell her about the frightening dream.
Dreams are messages. Such a message may be obscure or meaningful, depending upon the sender and the dreamer. The meaning of this dream may be clearer when you have had more of them.
Ah, that's reassuring. Let me tell you a little bit about my adventures, because boy, have I had a lot of them.
The dark cave? You escaped from there? Ah, you are very powerful and lucky. I would guess that a summoning spell went wrong. That cave interferes with all magic around here.
Really? Because my glide skull appears to work just
not
fine.
To speak of that cave. Someone brought you here for some unknown purpose. Most interesting.
Yeah, tell me who you are.
You can call me Davy. Names are very important. Davy is my name to outsiders. I also have a gypsy name and a true name. True names are not given lightly.
I'm not going to ask. That would be rude. Yeah, tell me about werewolves, of which you are not.
We gypsies are not werewolves. We are shapeshifters. We take on the form of wolves for hunting.
Logical. Yeah, tell me about your...
We are roving traders. Our home is our wagon and campfire. We would have left this valley long ago if the flooding had not washed away the road and filled the mountain pass with swamp.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, so do I. It's a real bummer when your vacation gets ruined that way.
The road from the town used to lead to the pass to the southwest. That was the only way in and out of this valley.
Yeah, tell me about the swamp.
The swamp is an ill place, and we gypsies stay far from it.
Okay. Tell me how you got captured.
I was borrowing some corn from the corn stalks outside the town when the burgomeister and some townsmen came from the gate. I moved behind the corn stalks to stay out of their way. They looked to be heading to the graveyard. Then, one of them pointed at me and shouted, and suddenly, they all grabbed me. I had no chance to run. I had no idea what was going on. I knew gypsies were disliked in the village, but I did not know we were so feared.
No, that's just Mordavian hospitality. So, because I got the quest from Piotyr, I have this option here, but let's start by asking her name, because that seems like the polite thing to do.
You may call me Magda. That is the name I go by with you gorgios.
Gorgio is the word we call anyone who is not a gypsy.
Interesting enough, her voice has like two very different...
Yes, it's like some of the lines were re-recorded in a completely different setting or something.
Yeah.
We are the roving people, the tinkers and traders and tellers of fortunes. We are the dancers in the night and the music in the wilderness. We are the untamed ones who live only by our own rules. We own no land, and no land owns us. The world is ours for the travel.
Except when you're stuck in a place because of the swamp, I guess. Tell me about werewolves.
Creatures of the night, shapeshifters, skin changers. We are man or beast by our own will. To run on four legs, to howl at the moon, to chase the terrified prey through the hills. This is what it is to be truly alive. Oh, the legend of the werewolf is but a folk tale. We change our shape when we choose, not because the moon is in some silly phase. We are the beast with the mind of a man, and a man with the mind of a beast. It is not normally our way to speak so freely to outsiders. So why do I say so much to you? Because you need to know we are not your enemies. You have too many questions that cannot be answered. And your ignorance may be your doom.
That's not like
There is much to you. Your actions to come will affect us all. Do not doubt it. Therefore, I will speak honestly and openly on what I can. Now, I can see by your eyes that our future is linked to you, for weal or woe.
So no pressure. Yeah. Tell me about the valley.
This valley has always been a nexus of power. Magic is very strong here. My people for generations come here to renew and strengthen their ties to the mystical ways.
Really?
My dear, we are not the only ones drawn by this power. The magician Irana created a magical refuge here. Others, more dark, were drawn here as well. Oh, be wary and watchful at all times here. The magic of this land has become twisted, and there are many dangers around you. Oh.
Tell me more about magic.
There are many places and things of magic around here, and I am certain you will come across them in your travels.
Useful.
Tell me about
Irana was a powerful magician who came from this area. There is a garden in the forest which she created. Oh, it is such a place of safety for all who visit there. It is said that her final resting place is near here as well. Her staff stands in the town and protects those within the walls from outside harm.
Now, it's interesting to note that those things are together, but technically speaking, she doesn't say the staff is Irana's final resting place, which is good because it's pretty clear.
Hey, no spoilers.
That it's not.
There are some things about which even I dare not speak. Even thinking about such creatures attracts them. Let us hope that you never need know of such matters.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen with me. If there's a bad thing going on, I'm bound to have to fight it at some point. Tell me about yourself and fortune tellers.
I have been gifted by true sight and foreknowledge. These are gifts with knife edges. Oh, I have seen my own death, and knew my true love's death the day I met him. Still, it is most useful.
Right.
I will read your fortune in the cards, if you wish. You have only to cross my palm with silver. So much for the legends about werewolves, huh? Or at least a coin of value. But I warn you, no future is fixed. What the cards show of the future can happen, but only if you take the actions to create this future. And it is not easy to determine what those actions are, dear. Such is life.
For example, you could end up dying and having to restore and try again.
Yeah, many times, in fact. So this ghost sort of told me that I should talk to you about this. Can you tell me about helping the Rusalka?
The Rusalka of the lake near here has been dead for many, many years. You cannot bring her back to life, but you can free her spirit.
Sounds good.
Our legends tell of the way to free the spirit of one who was murdered. First, she must know who she was and remember how she died. Then you must take the hair of the dead woman and weave it into a broom. You beat the broom 3 times upon the murderer's grave, and he will come forth.
Right,
This
that sounds
act
good.
can be very dangerous. Now, if the ghost of the murderer rises, it will attack you. So you must be ready to destroy it. The last thing you must do is to give the spirit that which she truly desires. Then, at last her spirit will be freed, and she will rest.
Well, I hope she doesn't truly desire something, like, difficult to obtain. Alright, well...
while you're getting the fortune told, first object I'm going to nip out. I will be back shortly.
Now, you listen to the words of an old gypsy fortune teller.
Yep, will do.
You will initiate this reading of the cards. The shuffling and cutting attunes the cards to those vibrations which surround you. You do not control the cards, nor do I. It is the cards which show what they choose to show. I will reveal to you the meanings of the cards. It is up to you to interpret how they affect you. You may reveal the first card.
Thank you kindly. Let's see here.
The first card is the significator. It is the symbol of the subject of the reading. This is the Knight of Swords. This card represents a person who is courageous and skilled. This is one who holds the ideal of chivalry and goodness. One who is willing to face death gladly, to uphold what he knows is right and true.
So this part is different depending on what character class you are.
Represents you, and therefore this reading is about you. The cards which surround the significator represent the influences which affect your current situation. This next card represents something from the distant past, which is relevant to the here and now. Turn over this card and reveal the influence of your past.
Cool.
This card is the High Priestess. It is inverted, which means the meanings too are turned upside down. The High Priestess is some woman of your past. She is a person of selfishness and passion. Someone who seems to be very powerful, but her knowledge is limited by her own conceit. Turn over the next card to reveal more of this individual. The Four of Coins. Now that is the card of the miser. This woman of your past has power, but uses it selfishly.
Yes,
This is a
selfish.
person who cares only of her own needs and wants, and does not care what she does or how she influences others. This person is one who, as long as you satisfy her needs and vanity, will be willing to aid you, providing it does not require any amount of effort on her part.
So basically, she won't get in my way if I'm helping her.
If you act against her, her vengeance will be swift and violent.
Sounds like a real charming
This
person.
is not a person to disregard, and she plays an important part in the events around you. Reveal the next card. Something of the more recent past, which has consequences in the present.
Okay.
This is the inverted King of Coins. This is an old and vicious man, someone who is willing to use any means to attain his desire.
I'm just surrounded by saber
Someone
swords,
who
aren't
is
I?
dangerous and cannot be
Extremely savory.
trusted or underestimated. Reveal the next card that we may learn more of this person.
I'm not sure I want to, but sure. Great. This guy seems like a real winner.
The devil. This is indeed an ill omen.
Are
This
there any other
person
kind in
is
my life?
influenced by black magic, a man of power and dark desires. Yet the devil is a sign of bondage and subservience, and this person has faced unexpected failure of some sort. This is someone of great evil, someone who cannot be trusted. This is one who will bear you ill will, yet is somehow prevented from harming you or gaining his revenge for now. Should he gain his freedom, this man will seek to destroy all which stands between his goals and himself. Turn over the next card.
Queen of Cups.
Ah, the Queen of Cups. Again, there is a female influencing your present. This is a woman of wisdom and love. She is kind, generous, and virtuous. Let us see what next the cards reveal of this person. The star. It is a symbol of hope and spiritual influence. Now, this is a woman in touch with her magical nature. She is gentle and loving, yet there is great strength within. This is a woman who generates hope and help through her actions.
Very nice.
The next card reveals the overriding influence upon the future. Ah, the Queen of Swords. She is a woman of wit and skill, yet she has suffered through terrible hardship, and she is marked by her suffering. Oh, she faces her sorrows bravely, but with a deep, deep loneliness. The next card will tell us more about her. The Moon. It is the card of deception. This woman is a deceiver, or is deceived by her own beliefs. This card also reveals the magical nature of the
enough,
woman.
like everyone who
This
influences
is
my
the
life is
strength
magical.
which sustains her. Oh, she is either surrounded by false friends or seeks to betray you herself. She is the victim or the villainess.
So she's either very evil or
The
very much in
final
need of help.
card will reveal the influence which will most affect you.
Very helpful, that.
The Void. About this card, I will not speak. I must meditate upon its meaning. This tableau shows the influences surrounding you. These people will affect your life for weal or for woe. It is up to you to determine how and what effect they will have upon you.
Thanks.
That is all that the cards and I can reveal at this time. Make what you will of your fortune. I will speak no more of it.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I think it's time to say goodbye.
You say goodbye.
Ah, you weary of talk. Good. You are a guest with us tonight.
But it's like,
Let us join
it's like
the
8 in
others
the morning
for
or something.
Food, drink, and dance, huh?
Not anymore.
I hope you will enjoy the hospitality of my people.
Well, sure, I didn't want to get anything done
You
today
spend
anyway.
the evening in the
That
joyful
conversation took a long
company
time,
of the
okay.
gypsies. The gypsies seem to have gone all out to make you welcome in their camp. You've eaten a rich, spicy stew with no garlic, with fresh bread and plenty to drink. Now it's time to relax and enjoy.
Come, is she not beautiful? Ah, why do you hesitate? Go, join in the dance!
Well, I have 2 left feet. Oh, I guess that's not an excuse around here. I'll just sort of spin around here.
Forgotten everything we learned about dancing from the fairies.
After hours of carousing with the gypsy wolves, you find yourself curling up into a comfortable position near the fire pit and sinking into a deep and dreamless sleep.
It's good to have a break from dreams.
It really is. Alright. Well, that was fun.
You know what I think would be even more fun?
What do you think would be more fun?
Going right back in and getting another damn fortune-telling session. I get really sick of the fortune-telling sessions.
They take a long time. I think I might have to leave the screen first, though.
No, I think you just have to click on the bottom of the ramp.
I had a vision of you again last night. I saw you walking by a lake. A woman rose from it and reached for you. I tried to yell to you, "Beware, Rusalka!" but you could not hear.
But we talked about Rusalka yesterday.
Yet you kneeled beside the lake and spoke and laughed with her. I was amazed, for even the things of the dead can call you friend. I do not know the meaning of this. I only know that
I don't suppose it would have anything to do about the fact that I asked you how to free the Rusalka yesterday.
Gee, what do you think? Nah, no way.
On account of I'm, sort of on a quest to do that. Well, hi.
It is a real pleasure to speak with you again.
Yeah, it's been so long. Want to know a little bit more about me? Of course you do.
Ah, you tell strange stories, but I can sense that you speak true. You have lived the most exciting life. I do not think this valley will be the same when you leave.
Yep, that's me, just shaking it up wherever I go. Alright, let's see. I don't think I have anything new. I'll ask her about the undead in the castle.
I have always had dreams and visions. Some of these are true events. Some are only what could be true. These visions are, like most dreams, clouded in mists. Their meanings, too, are very shadowy. If you wish to learn of your future, allow me to look into the cards. You have only to give me a crown, and I will give you a reading, huh?
Tell me a little bit more
I am
myself.
the leader of this pack, and I wish I could lead them from this valley. I have had troubled dreams of late, and the game is getting scarce in this area. Many are the kinds of the dead which do not rest. Some are harmless, some most helpful, but most are extremely dangerous. Some, like the Rusalki, are victims of crimes. Others, like the Wraiths, are the spirits of criminals who cannot rest. But most powerful and fearsome of all are the Nosferatu, the vampires.
Okay, tell me about the Rusalka some more.
The Rusalki are the spirits of drowned maidens. Some are the victims of accidents, and others were the victims of murderers. They retain their physical bodies and try to drown all who approach them. There is said to be a Rusalka in the lake to the east.
Really?
I have heard tales that a Rusalka may be tamed through kindness, but I have never heard of anyone actually trying such a thing. Oh no.
Yeah, tell me about wraiths.
A wraith is a
This is another one of those
spirit
lines
who
that has a
cannot
weird
rest
version of the
because of
audio.
greed. They refuse to leave behind their possessions, and so haunt the sight of those objects.
If you travel by night, you sometimes can see a mound of rocks where no rocks were by daylight. This is the burial mound of a wraith. Avoid it, for the wraith will try to draw their life from you if you get too close.
Thanks, Davey.
Go right up to piles of rocks in the middle of the night. Got it.
The Nosferatu, the undead which feed upon the blood of living things. If a man is drained unto death by a vampire, he will rise from his grave as a revenant, hungering for the taste of human flesh. If a vampire shares its own blood with its victim, the victim will rise from the grave as a slave of its vampire creator. It too will be a vampire, but it must obey the commands of its master, and cannot harm its master directly. Sometimes the sharer of vampire blood is not drained entirely by the master vampire. Thus, he can continue to live until struck down by a natural death. Then he will rise from his grave.
I see.
I don't suppose that's going to be relevant to you.
Probably not. Tell me about the castle.
The old rulers of this land, the boyars of the castle, were the Borgov family. They ruled this land for as long as my people remember. The last boyar was a strange man, so it is said. What became of him, I do not know. Only that the son left the valley in shame and horror. When we heard rumors that Borgov Castle was again inhabited, we brought our wagons to Mordavia. We thought perhaps the old boyar's son had returned, and we could trade with him again.
Yeah, let me guess that didn't happen.
We met the gatekeeper, who said that the Borgov family was dead. Oh, the castle was now owned by a distant cousin who promised to protect this valley as a true boyar. So we did some trading with the gatekeeper, but never saw signs of this Borgov cousin. Soon after this, the rain started to fall, and we were trapped here.
Really? Interesting timing, that. Quite curious. Do you have anything you need to say to us?
Ah, I am well and happy to see you again, my friend.
I was literally here all night. Tell me about the forest.
I have run in this forest for many years, and I know my way around. The forest is a very different place at night. It is a very dangerous place to travel if you are not a wolf.
Really? Well, tell me about the dancer.
Ah, the one who danced with you upon your last visit?
You mean this visit?
The one who is lovely, lively, and, more than a handful? She is my mate, and we wolves mate for life.
Tell me about hunting.
Last night we were hunting far to the south. I heard a voice call out a command. Bushes here, disappear. The voice had the fur on the nape of my neck up on end, so I did not investigate further. Hunting in Mordavia is always an interesting experience.
Yeah, that's a word for it.
To the south, huh?
The cards have again been shuffled. This reading is of the ill-omened man, and now we shall learn more of his purpose and past.
Gosh, I wonder who he could
The
be.
card you turn shall show the distant past.
Ah, the Queen of Swords again.
The Queen of Swords. Interesting. Sometime in the past, this man has met the mystery lady of your present. He may have been betrayed by her, or perhaps he is the betrayer of the lady. The next card.
Some of these cards are really hard to read.
Ah, the magician. The woman of mystery has magic also.
We already knew that.
One is the teacher of the other. The order of the card suggests it is the woman who was the master, and the man her apprentice. The events you face now, obviously, began in the dark past. Let us learn now of the more recent ones.
Oh, that looks like me.
Aha, this is your own influence upon the man. It seems you were as important to his history as he was to your own.
Well, that narrows down our
Now,
suspect list.
let us see the manner in which you affected him.
To the entire populations of 3 different lands. And presumably where I'm from originally.
Death, the card of transformation. You are the agent of this man's failure and loss. You altered his life irrevocably.
Really?
Even if you destroyed him, my dear, he still influences the present. That the cards chose to reveal information about him shows that he is again a player in the game of your life. What next can we learn of this one, huh?
Gosh darn it.
I wonder who this could be. What a mystery.
I knew we shouldn't have fought that brigand.
Yeah,
In
no.
the present, the Eight of Swords. This is the card of conflict and domination. The last card which crossed this man was also a symbol of bondage. He is somehow a prisoner, or an unwilling accomplice of another.
Or maybe it was one of the ghouls.
Let us see if the cards will explain further this relationship.
Baronet Bernard.
Does seem the type.
This is the card of conflict and struggle. This man does not take his bondage lightly. Now, let's see what the card shows.
Hopes and desires, okay. Going through this one a little faster because these readings get very long.
The chariot represents triumph and vengeance. There is a strong need to gain control of the situation, of his life. He may seek escape, but escape is clearly not enough. Let us see in what way he may triumph.
Oh good, the devil again.
Oh, this time the devil is inverted. The meanings may differ, but this is a card that bodes no good whichever way it lies. Your man clearly seeks release, but with that freedom, he will also seek revenge. Whatever or whoever binds him now cannot contain him forever. He will seek his revenge, and you will need to be wary. You will face him again in a struggle to the death. Now let us reveal the card. Oh, the dark card of the void. The influence of the Dark One overshadows all. No more shall be revealed, nor shall things be spoken at this time. The cards have spoken. The cards have spoken, and that is all I will say about them now. If you wish to learn more, come another time.
The thing about the tarot readings is that, in many ways, it's a cool...
You say goodbye.
Like, framing device for
May the wind
tons of exposition.
But it also gets very tedious.
It takes a lot of time. Alright, well, I think it might be a good day to go for a little walk in the woods.
Just a little stroll.
Also, I think I'm gonna stand here and cast my new spell a million times.
Cast the...
Wait, look at me. 2 whole spells. Well, plus the healing spell, but that doesn't count because you kind of stay with stamina.
In no time at all here, you're gonna be an actual magic user. No.
No, I won't because I don't have any of the useful spells like Trigger and Open.
Fetch. Spells you can actually do stuff with besides protecting yourself from undead.
And flying over water.
I think there's 2 more spells you can get in this game.
That sounds about right. Oh, let's go for a little walk in the woods.
Walking.
Walking.
Running. A constitutional.
Yes, I think we might go see if there's a lake somewhere I can visit.
A lake.
I just have a desire to see a lake. Hi, Lishi.
Gosh, where are you gonna find a lake?
I don't know, I think I might go this way some. Sounds like I'm running into a monster. Oh, hi.
Awesome. Game does not know how to jump over those apparently.
No. I also get poisoned every time I fight these guys. It's really very annoying. Yay, look at me. It's the red one?
It's the red one, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Your aura has evaporated.
Oh, I'll stay for a little while. Let's see. I went too far over.
It's right by the swamp. I mean, or so I hear.
Yeah, here we go. a lovely lake.
You have a strange, disquieting feeling along with a sense of sorrow, longing, and unfulfilled desires as you near the lake. The briny lake seems to draw you towards it.
Oh, hello.
Hello there. Could you help me? This water is so cold and I need someone to help warm me.
Oh, really? Well,
You don't suppose this could be a...
trap?
I don't know why you think that.
Why don't you come to my arms so that I can give you
Whoa.
a real
We just
greeting?
met, lady.
Hey. Actually, my name's Delenn.
Surely
I'm
a hero like you will help someone like me. Please, take my hand.
Maybe I can talk to her.
I am the Rusalka. Please, take my hand and help me.
I asked you what your name, but okay, that's fine. I guess I don't need that.
If you take my hand, I'll be happy to show you what the lake is like.
But I really am not into this whole scuba diving thing.
If you take my arms, I'll be happy to talk to you about anything you'd like.
You ask what a nice girl like her is doing.
Okay, did I have to ask that sleazily?
It's so nice here in the water. Why don't you join me?
I thought you were cold.
Mixed messages here.
Please, don't leave me here so alone and cold. I need you.
And I think it's a little early in our relationship for that, lady. Ta-ta.
You know, I don't think that was very polite. I think you should go back.
You're right.
You have a
Hello there. Could you...
She doesn't seem to remember that we've met before. I wonder if she'd like some flowers.
I'm sure she'd appreciate them.
Thank you for the beautiful flowers. No one has been so nice to me since I can remember.
Try to drown us, you say?
She actually doesn't say that in the audio.
You tell the Rusalka about some of your previous adventures.
Gee, you've done a lot to get rid of monsters and things. You don't think I'm some kind of monster, do you? I mean, just because I'm undead and drown people, you don't think I'm bad?
No. I certainly don't think that. No, wouldn't think that at all. Tell me about yourself.
It is lonely being a Rusalka. Anytime anyone nice comes along, I pull him into the lake and drown him. Once he's drowned, he's not much company, I'm afraid.
Well, I guess it's good to know you're not into the same sort of things as a certain doctor. What's your
I've
name?
been a Rusalka for so long, I've forgotten.
Tell me about the lake.
This lake is surrounded on 3 sides by steep mountains. To the southwest, it merges with a swamp. The lake is not a safe place for you to swim. Many unpleasant things lurk in the deep water.
Tell me about the swamp.
The swamp is definitely a creepy place. Dead things lie under the water and try to drag the living underneath.
That sounds kind of like you, actually.
Kinda sounds like my job description, doesn't it? Well, the things in the swamp are a whole lot nastier than I am, so be careful out there.
Thanks. Don't get drowned by anyone but you. Got it.
You know, I have an issue with the
I stay
ribcage.
far away from them. They crawled into the lake from the swamp one day. Ugh, they remind me of worms and give me the creeps.
Tell me about the forest.
I don't know much about the forest. I can't leave my lake, so I don't get around there much.
What bothers me is that she has an endless stream of water coming from a couple of places and not anywhere else. Tell me why you're here.
What a nice girl like her
Why
is
do I have to-
doing in a
Never
place
mind.
like this.
I don't really know. I've been here for such a long time now. I mean, it's not like I can go anywhere. I can't leave the lake.
I'm starting to notice how it's a bit of a thing with you.
It's my job to drown anyone who comes to the lake. That's what being a Rusalka is all about.
Well, I mean, at least I guess that's sort of job security. Tell me about the town.
I think I remember the town. I must have lived there once. Other than the fact it's somewhere to the northeast, I guess I can't tell you much about it.
Well, goodbye.
Please, come visit me again sometime. It's nice to have a friend to talk to.
Oh, that's nice. We're friends now.
Friends!
See,
Where do you suppose we could find a clue about who she was when she was alive?
I don't know. But it seems to me if she lived in the town, then maybe we might find a hint. That's one more over. In the cemetery.
The cemetery?
Let's see, what sort of monster is this? Oh, hi, bunny.
Handily beaten. Well done. Strong,
I know, I'm
brave
so
hero.
Okay, so there's a bunch of tombstones here, so maybe I'll read some of them and see if I can find out anything.
Here lies Janos, faithful forever to his lost true love, laid beside her empty grave.
Well, you know, I think we got lucky.
This gravestone is marked, no effort could Elissa save. She passed into a watery grave. Her body was lost, only her memory remains.
Okay, empty grave. And we know the guy's name, too. Success. Now, maybe we should sort of head back to the Rusalka. I don't think we can actually do the next step quite yet because I think I need to bring my aura spell up a little bit.
Yeah, and practice killing undead. As I recall, that particular undead
is kind of tough, yes.
Tougher than the rest. And not in a good way. We haven't killed any undead yet. It would be good to maybe take a little nap, get some magic points back, go, kill some undead.
Yes, it might be a good idea. I'll have to see if I can remember where most of them are.
I do have a map.
Oh, why is the fun in that?
But in case you forgot.
Hello. Have you learned anything while you were gone?
To tell the Rusalka her true name.
Elissa. Yes, that was my name. I'm starting to remember things now. I was going to be married. My fiancé and I came down to the lake for an evening swim. We were skinny dipping, actually. And then he wanted to, well, but I wouldn't. So he drowned me. He always did have a low frustration point. That's how I became a Rusalka.
She has a sense of humor about it. Oops.
So what else did you learn about healing me? I am kind of curious.
Just a little bit, huh?
You're going to sweep the grave of my fiancé with my hair in a broom? Won't that make him mad or something? You better be careful. He had a nasty temper, remember?
Yeah, I kind of got that from the bit where he drowned you.
It doesn't...
I'm kind of frightened. I've been undead so long, I don't know what it's like to be really dead. I guess I'm going to find out.
Well, yeah, if I can have some of your hair,
You want
please.
some of my hair? Sure. Here, I've got plenty of it. How do you think I'd look with short hair?
R-rated.
Yeah.
I can't even remember the jerk's name. Just as well we didn't get married.
That's why you're glad you didn't get married? I'm not going to ask her about skinny dipping. Because I'm not that pervy. Bye.
Please, be careful. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you because you're trying to help me,
Oh, that's sweet.
For a murdering monster, she's pretty nice. And that's what being a paladin is all about.
Okay. Now, we're going to have to train up a little bit here, and also, now that I have her hair, I can intertwine the Rusalka's hair into the straws of the broom so that it's ready to use.
Isn't it a good thing we just happened to buy that broom?
I just had a feeling it was going to come in handy.
Curious. Very curious. So are you thinking maybe like train for a bit, nap for a bit, that sort of thing?
Yeah, something like that. Oh, hi, Bunny.
Oh, hi, Bunny.
Bunny is backing up for some reason.
The bunny is intimidated because you're standing there looking menacing at it.
I do have a very long sword.
Oh, very good aim. Look at that.
Haha. Let me just go check in with the gatekeeper.
A fine autumn day to be walking. A man who walks everywhere will see much, I always say.
I can vouch for that, having used walking as my primary means of transportation for 2 years. Hello, gatekeeper.
Good day, and welcome back.
Let me tell you about myself.
I am certain you will have many such adventures in Mordavia.
Really?
Mordavia has changed little in all the time I have lived here.
He's not very useful, is he?
No, he's not.
Farewell.
Okay. So, I think maybe we'll practice throwing a little bit. And I think tonight we may need to go do a little bit of wandering around the woods.
Stab some things. Morally speaking. Of course. Stab some things in an honorable way.
I guess honorable way of stabbing things. Well, I'm just helping them not be undead anymore.
That's right.
Really, it's a public service. Because I'm very civic-minded that way. Also, this piece of ground really needs some rocks thrown at it.
It does, too.
One of the problems is as you get better at throwing, it takes longer to get enough rocks to actually grind it.
Yeah. Throwing is a very tedious one. But look at it. Now
we'll throw rocks at this bit of ground.
On the bright side, your throwing set is going to completely rock when you're done.
I think we used that one already.
Sure, but if anybody wants to prove it, they have to go back and find the correct timestamp, and nobody's going to do that.
Nobody except maybe a serious stoner. Alright.
You're about to...
Whoops.
It seemed better than sitting around in stony silence.
Well, I'm sure after some rest I'll feel better. I'll just grab lots of rocks here. The nice thing about having started with a couple of low stats is that they go up relatively fast early on.
And then it takes forever to max them anyway.
Well, yes.
It's true though, you look at the proportion by which you have improved.
Throwing is way better than any others. Magic is still a slow.
Technically it's infinite because it started at 0. Magic, on the other hand.
Started with a whole 5.
And you've improved it by a factor of, what was it? 7 at this point, probably?
No, I was at like 80. So that's like 16.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hey, so since we were hanging out by the lake, this reminded me of something that I saw yesterday.
Uh-oh.
I saw a job listing for an ultra-pure water specialist. I'm not sure what that means.
How ultra-pure do you have to be a water specialist?
I don't know. There was no punctuation in it. So I'm not sure if it's, you know, ultra-pure as a modifier.
Or just ultra and you're specializing in pure water?
Yes, or if you're a specialist in ultra-pure water. Not sure what any of those would mean.
I once saw an ad urging people to become a volunteer fire.
Oh, nice. What do you do? Oh, in my free time, I'm a volunteer fire. I like to, you know, combust.
Oh, well, that's so cool.
Actually, I think it's pretty hot. I also recently saw a job listing for a position as a scientist.
In quotes?
Just scientist. The details said that it was to work in a lab.
Seems legit. Did they specify what kind of lab or is...
No, they did not specify what kind of lab or what kind of science.
I'm gonna go with meth.
Yeah, I think I'll just nap until it's actually dark out this time.
Why would you do that?
Go back to the town. See if maybe anyone's around. Oh, hi!
Gee.
You have the sensation of someone watching you. You sense curiosity and no immediate danger.
No immediate danger, that's good.
It is good to see you again. I hope you are enjoying your visit to Mordavia. You need to take better care of yourself, you know? It is very dangerous out at night. Why, you've been injured. Here, take this and drink it. It should help. I would be most displeased. I mean, sorry, if something were to happen to you. Come to me. I have something to show you.
I'm not sure about that, but,
I
well,
warned you
brave
it
guy.
is dangerous here at night, and you do not listen. I intend to teach you a lesson.
Okay, no immediate danger.
Strange
Okay.
feeling sweeps your body. You realize that you now know the frostbite spell.
Three
Perhaps
spells!
that will help keep you alive when I am not with you.
Thanks.
She's nice.
Very nice. Hi.
I bid you welcome to Mordavia. I hope you are enjoying your stay here.
Oh, you have no idea.
Now you have had an official welcome from your own official welcome woman.
Really? Well, you know, I like it here. Let me tell you about all the rocks I've thrown and trees
Tell her
I've
your
climbed.
name and a little about your adventures.
Oh yeah, and my name's Delenn,
How
by the way.
fascinating. I have never met a true hero before. You must tell me more sometime.
True heroes throw lots of rocks.
Oh yeah. What's your name?
You may call me Katrina. And what shall I call you?
I just told you my name. Have you forgotten already? Tell me about the forest.
The forest is a very dangerous place. Many monsters walk here, especially at night. Please be careful.
Wander the forest at night. Got it.
Okay. Yep, I can do that. Tell me about magic.
Magic is very useful for survival in Mordavia. Use it wisely and carefully.
Survival?
I must go now. I hope we can meet again soon. I enjoy your company.
Wait, but...
Before you can think to follow her, the young peasant girl has disappeared into the forest.
She's awful busy.
Let's go have some dinner.
You deftly slip over a shiver of...
Oh, hi, Piotyr. He doesn't have anything new to say to us.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
We're working on it, Piotyr. Let's go see if we can have some dinner.
You know, to this day, sometimes I just hear, that didn't do anything.
Nothing new here.
Just as I'm going through my life, I try something, it doesn't work. That didn't do anything.
Oh yeah.
You have some garlic pheasant for supper.
Yum.
Garlic pheasant, my favorite.
Alright, well, ciao.
You've never seen so many...
Alright. Well, now looks like a good time to save the game. And go for a little stroll.
A moonlit walk in the forest.
The massive game.
So if we just sort of come this way. Now, there's a good chance I might die here. So, save early and save often. Yes, I know, I just saved.
But you'd have to climb the fence again and stuff.
So...
You cast the aura spell.
Now, let's see, I think the first one is this way.
And east. Gets in the way of something terrible.
You feel a chill go through you as you...
Okay, just to be sure, we'll cast the aura spell again.
You cast the aura...
And run up. And clobber. You get knocked over. Clobber, clobber, clobber.
I hear sucks at defense.
I think we can make the settings somewhat better for that, but... Oh, come on, it should be dead. Die!
There we go.
The wraith vanishes into nothingness, and the air slowly begins to regain some warmth. The barrow contains treasure that the wraith collected while it was alive, or perhaps more recently from treasure seekers less fortunate than you. You find a jewel-studded tiara, 6 gold crowns, 40 kopecks, and a few old bones.
I think I'll take all of that. You never know when you might need some old bones.
You never know.
If you sleep until morning, I think you die, but...
I think you do, yes.
After some...
You get ate by something.
After some rest...
Okay. Well, that was fun. Now, let's see. Out of curiosity. I have 132 skill at that, and 240 at that one.
Ah, you feel much better.
Okay. Now I think the next one I go south?
If you go south, you'll run into Anna.
Oh, right.
If you go either direction and then south, you will find another wraith.
I think...
Hello. Can you help me? I seem to be lost. Everything is so strange. I lost my way home. Please, can you help me find my way? I'm trying to find my way home.
The ghostly apparition.
Okay.
Your aura has evaporated.
Oops.
can't go running around unprotected by aura.
You cast...
Dreadful thing to do.
You feel a chill.
You do have to get close fairly quick.
Let's see. Special attacks are turned all the way down. Don't think it'll actually use magic in combat unless I tell it to.
There we go, we're doing much better.
The wraith vanishes into nothingness.
Alright, let's loot here.
The barrow contains treasure that you find a dagger, 38 gold crowns, 75 kopecks, and a few old bows.
This is the way to get rich in Mordavia. Not that it helps you because you don't actually need to buy anything around here. Okay. Let's save again.
I'll say we handily beat a second riff here. We're getting good at this business of...
Let's go this way again. Oops, I think I actually want to go through this screen here.
There you are. What happened to you? I thought you were going to show me the way to town. I live in town. Somewhere in town. I've got to get home. I am looking for berries. The wild blackberries should be ripe now. I want to surprise my husband with a pie. It's getting dark now, and I need to get home. Things are so strange. Did you go away? Why are you greeting me again? Why are you saying that? Why are you trying to hurt me? I'm lost and... I don't understand what's going on. What's wrong with me? What's happened to me? Everything is so strange. I don't understand. Please don't talk so. It's bad luck to speak of the dead.
The ghostly apparition.
I'm kind of hoping they will hear me. That's sort of the point here. Some ghosts. Okay.
You're getting tired.
It's midnight.
Something evil's looking.
Well, let's see if we can get one more. Oh, hi. This'll do.
Hey, look at that. Wait. You're just casting spells you don't even have. No wonder they aren't doing anything.
Hey, as long as it's wearing my magic down and I get points for attempting it. Yeah, I know, up here we'll be casting Fire Bolt.
And Force Bolt.
Even though the only attack spell that I have is Frostbite.
You do want to be careful not to spend enough mana that you can't cast Aura, but hey, I think this one actually carries money.
You find some copper kopecks on the...
Yeah, I think... Let's see. I think it's salt again.
Yep.
You cast... You feel it.
Come on. Come on. Oops.
Wraith The barrow contains treasure. You find a well-crafted sword and 150 gold crowns. As you pick up the sword, you feel a sensation of strength and power. It's magical. You also find a scroll with mysterious letters that seem to writhe and shift under your gaze. At the top is a stylized heart symbol. A few drops of ink under it remind you of dried blood.
Sweet, okay.
So that's what happened to Gregor.
I think now would be a good time to save again.
Now, technically speaking, picking up the sword jump-started another quest.
Yes.
But we will ignore that.
I don't understand. Every time I try to follow you, I find myself here again.
That background noise.
Why can't I leave this place? Why can't I go home? Where did you go? Why did you leave me here alone?
Well, you see, the thing about that is...
It's nothing personal, it's just that, you know, you're sort of a ghost.
No. No! It can't be! No!
The ghost...
Okay. So I'll leave and come back one more time.
I remember now. I was walking home. Something started to chase me. I tried to run. Something knocked me over and... everything went black. I'm dead, aren't I? I really can't go home again. I'm just a ghost. Forgive me my manners. It's just that I'm not used to the idea that I'm dead.
That's okay, it takes some people a little while. What's your name?
My name was Anna. I can remember things now. But everything is like a faded dream. It seems so strange to think of myself as a ghost. Everything is blurry. There's no day or night, only this shadowy landscape. I want to go from here, but I cannot leave. I can only wait. I can remember my house now. I lived beside the tall oak tree near the center of town. I've been gone so long. My poor, poor Nikolai.
Now at least we know what happened to his wife.
Goodbye and farewell.
The ghostly...
Okay.
Time to head back to town.
Yeah, it's past midnight, so I think it might be a good idea.
Quite right. Heroes have to get enough sleep.
Gotta get my beauty sleep.
Katrina doesn't think so. Oh.
I have no interest in that.
And into town.
I, like an honorable hero, am true to my one love. And I believe I shall now be sleeping here.
You don't suppose we'll have a dream, do you?
Nah, I'm sure that will... Oh, great.
You float gently in this ocean of harmony. You remember the happiness
it's so nice to have lovely dreams at the staff.
Now there is greater joy. You are not alone. You are filled with the warmth of friendship. You share your hopes, your dreams, all the best moments of your life, knowing that here is someone who understands and cares about you.
Gosh, I wonder who that could be.
You reach out to touch your friend, but there is no one there.
Wait, what?
My friend!
This always happens.
You are all alone.
Shucks.
You gradually wake, shaking off the shreds of dreams that cling to your memory.
It's like even the staff knows that Dimitri doesn't really love me.
Yeah, right, that's what the
You
tune's
pick
about.
some flowers and put them away.
The days are getting cooler and shorter.
Yes, I know.
Good to
Now, he doesn't have anything new to say to me out here.
What are you looking for this time?
Well, actually... Hi.
What do you want to know today?
We were just being so chummy outside, and now you're... Oh, never mind. I found the sword, you see.
The sword of my grandfather Piotyr. I do not know how I can tell, but somehow I am sure of it. He was supposed to have deserted my grandmother. This means Piotyr did not run off. He was killed instead. You keep it. You certainly have earned it. I was so ashamed of my grandfather. Everyone in town called him coward, yet he really was a hero after all. That shield on the wall over there was Piotyr's also. Take it. There's no sense in leaving it hanging on the wall if you can use it.
Give him that.
I used to dream about this sword when I was a child. I see a bearded man holding it aloft, the blade flaming. My grandmother asked me to look for this sword, but I never found it. It is enough to just hold it, knowing that it is real.
He's communicating by blinking.
Yeah, apparently.
My father never spoke of Piotyr to me. He wouldn't even allow his name to be mentioned. I only knew that he had abandoned my grandmother from rumor and hearsay. I hated him for it. To know now that Piotyr did not hurt my grandmother so, it is good. I thought that there were no such things as heroes and paladins. You have proven me wrong, and I am glad of it.
Tell me about the
My
shield.
grandmother had Piotyr's shield. He gave it to her as a pledge. Perhaps if he had had it against the Wraith, he wouldn't have died. Who knows? I know it's supposed to be magical and protect its user. I hope it serves you well. Piotyr disappeared before marrying my grandmother. Everyone thought he had abandoned her. The scandal was worse when she bore my father. Her family threw her from the house, and she had to live with others. My grandmother always knew that Piotyr had not abandoned her. She used to wander out to the center of town at night sometimes. We'd find her asleep by the staff, a smile on her face. She'd tell us she'd been with Piotyr, but no one believed her. Everyone thought she was crazy. I loved her, but even I never believed her.
Well, it's because his ghost sort of hangs out there, you see. Alright, well... let me say thank you, because that's a good thing to do.
It is I who thanks you. You proved my grandfather was not a coward, and that heroes really do exist. I can never repay you enough.
Aw, shucks. It's enough to just be appreciated. Let me tell you about this raid that I
You
fought.
fought a difficult and bitter battle to help someone who was already dead. Who else would do such a thing?
Well,
I did
your
not
grandfather.
believe you before, when you said you were a hero, because I didn't believe heroes existed. Never was I happier to be wrong. I am very proud to meet you, Paladin.
By the way, your grandfather's
So the
ghost.
ghost of my grandfather has been near me all my life. It seems so strange to think of it.
Yep.
Well, bye.
Farewell. Thank you again. Thanks for returning Piotyr's sword. My family's honor shall at last be cleansed.
I'm sure everyone will believe you when you say.
Yeah, so you know that weird stranger?
He came by and totally showed me my grandfather's sword, which he then took away with him. Let's see if I can have breakfast still. It might be too late in the day. Ah, yes. Mordavia and breakfast.
You eat your plain but nourishing breakfast. You get...
Alright. go see the good doctor. And then it'll be time to do a little more stat grinding, and then I think we may stop for the day.
Hey, Doc.
You see,
Well... Yep. Here you...
Oh, I realized there's something else we should do. Because we have a couple of friends we haven't visited recently. We should go.
Good luck, mit...
I like visiting friends.
Yes, the first friend we should visit.
you greet.
You. We have met before, I think. I am Nikolai. Have you met my Anna? She is... well, I do not know where she is. I am looking for her.
Well, actually, you see,
You
she's a
start
ghost.
to tell the old man about
And
the
she's in the
ghost you met
forest, and you see she's...
Anna? You have seen Anna?
You explain that you saw her ghost in the forest.
You see she's a bit dead
Anna
and
is
sort of...
in the forest? Where is she? I must go to her.
You tell Nikolai where you saw Anna, and try to explain that she is dead.
Thank you. I cannot thank you enough for finding my Anna. I will go to her now. I will help her find her way home. Thank you again.
But she's sort of...
Oh, this can't be good.
Try to do a nice thing for someone.
I'm sure he's fine. He totally can fight monsters and stuff.
Well, it's during the day. The only thing out there really is, you know, Vorpal bunnies and...
Always Igor happy to...
I'll just greet Igor a couple dozen times.
Always...
Alright. Let's see if he has anything new to say.
Igor come back to town after dark the other night. See strange, pretty woman standing near gate. She look like she looking for someone. Igor go up to pretty woman. Igor say, "Hey, baby, want to light my pyre?" Little graveyard humor there. She not have sense of humor. She give Igor cold shudder and walk off. Igor in love. Or at least reasonable facsimile.
I see. So aside from that, Igor, how are you?
Not too bad. Little graveyard humor there. Crypt belonged to Borgov family. Used to be boyars and lived in castle. Now only Borgovs around here in crypt. Except last boyar. Nobody knows where his body lies. Grave digging not so bad. Customers not complain.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Little graveyard humor there.
Complaining customers is not fun.
It doesn't...
Rest in peace.
Thanks, I think.
I suppose you heard that the gypsy didn't kill Igor after all. Dmitri has set the gypsy free.
Yeah, you're...
No good will come of it.
You're behind.
You mark my words. The man was clearly a werewolf.
Yeah, about that.
So, you haven't been eaten yet.
Tell Olga about what you've been doing.
Okay.
Yeah, my sad departed husband. His name was Boris.
There's another... I think I forget which tree it is.
What would you...
I can already ask her about this.
the Borgos.
Mm.
They say well, the gypsy may not. Give me. Then.
No, this is new.
He's not doing much business at the inn either.
I'm trouble kicking off this storyline.
There you go. Top option.
You tell Olga that the gatekeepers...
Just check one more time. No.
No, but she told you something in response to that,
Yeah,
so...
good night, and don't let the bedbugs bite, as my...
Okay. I'm not going to do all the running back and forth today, but good to kick that off. Now, let's go train a bit. We do still, I think, have one wraith to fight, and then the one in the cemetery.
2 wraiths.
2 more in the forest?
Yeah.
I've already beaten 3. Aren't there 4?
I think there's 2 more. Let me double check. Yeah, there's 2 more.
I'm just going to practice aura. The reason to cast the same spell over and over again, even though I have multiple to choose from, is that it actually builds points in that spell. And since aura is the most useful spell that I have, to me at this point in the game, I'm casting just it to build up that particular spell so that it'll last longer when I do cast it. Also, I'm very well protected from undead in the middle of the day now.
It's important. You never know when the sneaky day-walking undead could show up.
Alright. Almost there. I actually have a decent amount of magic when I'm fully stocked at this point. Okay, let's save the game. And let me check my character sheet really quick. Okay, so I've almost maxed strength. Intelligence has gone up a bit, agility's gone up a bit, vitality's gone up. My magic is over 100, yay. Communications up to 309. Weapon use, a whole 312. I have still not gained any points in parry or dodge. My throwing is actually almost maxed. And my climbing needs some serious work.
That being the case,
I think what I'll do here is just sort of climb the trees for a while.
Boy, you sure are good at climbing trees. Look at how fast it's going.
Now let's rest a bit.
After some rest...
I could probably max throwing if I worked on that today, but
you
don't wanna?
Well, I feel like the climbing is more important at this stage because it needs a lot more work. The good news is that as my magic goes up, my ability to grind it also goes up because how much magic I have at full. There's also, well, let me climb a little bit more.
You get in some after some rest.
Okay.
You can't.
Alright, now where's our next wraith? I mean, actually I should go have dinner first.
Dinner is very important.
Most important meal of the day. Well, second most important meal of the day.
There's only 2 meals of the day.
One of the 2 most important meals of the 2-meal day. I'm getting some climbing practice.
A shiver of...
Oh, hi, Piotyr. Still doesn't have anything new to say to me.
Yeah, that message gets really old because that tends to be the one that you get stuck with for a while.
Good evening.
Alright.
is a place. Now.
Come on, I just want to sit down. Is that too much to ask?
Yes.
Tonight, for your dining pleasure, it is the traditional Mordavian chicken paprikash, delicately seasoned with locally grown paprika and garlic.
Why do I get the feeling that the seasoning with garlic is not exactly delicate? Oh, good night.
You never...
Okay, time to go for a little stroll.
The massive gate to this town is securely barred to protect it from things that go bump in the night. You cannot leave the town this way.
Oh, really? How about if I, climb over it? Oh, look. Alright. So now, we are outside. Let's go for a little trot. Alright, now for the next one. We could probably go fight the one in the graveyard, actually. Ready to die?
Always! That sounded way darker than I meant it to.
Alright. Let's go over here. Let's save before we go into the cemetery.
Yeah, we can always go fight the other reds instead if this guy's too nasty.
You have entered an eerie, deserted graveyard. Strange moans wail through the trees, and mysterious... You have a bad feeling about this place. There doesn't seem to be any immediate danger, but you suspect that death lies among the crypts and tombs.
Really? In a graveyard? I suspect there are dead things in a graveyard.
Death! There's death here.
And now, how could that be?
Death in the crypts.
Here's my broom. We also have the fancy flaming sword now, which helps.
And magic shield.
Yes.
Not that we're using it, but...
You have destroyed the untrue lover's ghost and avenged the Rusalka's memory. Nice work if you can get it.
Now, of course, the pay for vanquishing that wraith is the satisfaction of a job well done.
Satisfaction.
Alright, well that was fun.
You want to go look for the other ones since
yes,
we're up and about anyway?
I think that would be a good idea.
Save the game and head... Okay, so there are two more. Go over one to the east. And now you can either go directly north or directly east and you will run into one.
Let's go north first.
You feel a chill.
Let's just re-up my aura.
You cast the orb.
I'm gonna keep turning that one down.
Every now and again, you can dodge at least.
Parry is hard to build in this game because you can't actually parry
vanishes into nothingness, and the air.
Most of the foes.
The barrow contains. You find a diamond-studded brooch, a healing potion, and 15 gold crowns.
Well, I'm sure those will all come in handy.
Yeah, the treasure is a particularly interesting one because as far as I can remember, you can do nothing with the jewelry.
Well, I could maybe give it to someone.
Now, who would you want to give jewelry to?
I don't know. Someone special. Someone I really want to like me.
just go ahead and throw spells we don't have at it. Oh, piece of cake.
The Wraith
Alright.
The barrow contains treasure that the Wraith collected while it was alive. You find a suit of plate mail armor, a pearl-encrusted goblet, and 25 gold crowns.
So, having beaten all of the toughest monsters in the game, we finally get some armor.
Yep.
That seems reasonable.
Now it's time to go back to town.
You sure you don't want to go
see the Rusalka?
See the Rusalka now?
In the middle of the night? What sort of gentleman visits a lady in a lake in the middle of the night?
You know, you've got me there. I never did hear of a gentleman that did that.
Much more gentlemanly to come here and just cast a bunch of spells for no reason.
Your order has...
Oh. Well, that works. Apparently I can raise the dead.
By casting
or the undead
spells. But I'm sure that's totally how it happened. What I find interesting is that tree that isn't there during the daytime.
Yes, that blocks you from
You
picking
find
up.
some copper kopecks on the...
That was interesting. I wonder if it'll happen if I do it again.
Probably not. There's a corpse on the screen now.
You don't... You...
Fine.
You don't have an... You deftly...
Alright, this looks like a good place to sleep. I'm sure I won't have any bad dreams here.
I'm sure. Get a good night's rest.
Ah, see? Look, nice dreams, nice dreams. Of bubbles.
You are in this weird and wonderful place once more. This time you remember all the times you have been here before. And despite the beauty, you are afraid.
Jeez, I can't even have a nice dream about
You
bubbles
listen
anymore?
for the voice. It calls out for you. You feel the darkness surround you, and you remember dying.
Jeez,
You are
what a
overwhelmed
downer.
with terror, and you remember running away. Your lungs struggle in the agony of no air, and you remember screaming. You are helpless and hopeless, and you remember the eternal loneliness. With all your remaining strength, you reach out to touch the voice. You gradually wake.
Okay, time to go have some lovely breakfast, then we'll go see the Rusalka.
Thank you for returning my great-grandfather's sword. My family honor has at last been restored.
Yeah, no problem.
You said that already.
Good day today, Paladin.
You tell the Burgermeister he's welcome. He seems to think you're understating the case a little.
I will never be able to thank you enough for giving me back my honor.
Well, you could come have dinner at the inn with me some night.
You tell the Burgermeister how the sword glowed when you first found it in the Wraith's hoard.
A sword like that is only as magical as its user. You are a most impressive man.
It's shameless the way we flirt.
I hated my grandfather Piotyr all my life. Now that my hatred is over, my heart is light. I was told that only a paladin could use that sword. I did not believe such a story. Now I know that it is true, and that my grandfather was a true paladin, as are you. I thought I didn't believe in honor. I guess I lied to myself. Honor is something I do value in others, and in myself as well.
Oh, see, we have so much in common, you and I. Tell me about your grandfather's shield.
It has just been hanging on the wall for all these years. I am pleased that someone will make good use of it.
It was pretty dusty.
Hey, let's talk about family.
My mother's father despised Piotyr and would speak no good of him. I never heard my grandmother speak of him but once. When she was dying, my grandmother called me to her side. She said that I had to believe that Piotyr was a good and honorable man. I thought she was wrong all these years.
That's sad. Well. Oh well.
Good luck.
I'd just like to point out that he said his honor was restored.
That didn't do anything. That didn't.
Oh, it won't even let me try.
That.
Fine.
His honor was restored by finding out that the only reason his father was illegitimate was because his grandfather died prematurely. This seems like a reach.
You get a smile in response.
Perhaps we...
What else do you know? Family honor and all that.
It's sausage and peppers fried with garlic.
I'll just lug around this treasure for the rest of the game since I can't give it to him.
You could try giving it to, like, Igor.
I don't think you can give it to anyone. It's not like a usable item. Alright, so first let's come out here and, you know, cast some spells.
Hey, don't damage the hawk.
I'm not. I'm very carefully not casting it at the hawk. Alright. Now. Doo-dee-da. Let's see if we can go have a word with the lovely Rusalka. Oh, apparently we're going to fight this wyvern on the way. Let's just turn everything up.
Everything!
Well, it's weird because if your defense is turned down, it doesn't make you more offensive, it just makes you use your defense less. Although, for all the good it's doing me.
Just imagine, you could be using your defense even less.
How is that possible? It's kind of amazing that after I beat all those wraiths, a wyvern can still seriously mess me up. Well, there's some wyverns.
You have a strange, disquieting feeling along with a sense of sorrow.
You did, didn't you? I felt you getting rid of my ex-fiancé. Now I feel so strange. What's happening to me? What's going to happen next?
Well, about that.
Hi. Sorry I didn't comb my hair before you got here. I tried, but it kept falling out. Guess I don't look so good, do I?
No, you look fine.
I told you he was a jerk. Jano's the jerk. I remember he even had bad breath.
Why were you engaged to this guy?
You know.
I'm kinda nervous. I don't really want to die, I guess. I don't really want to hang around drowning people. I just don't know what to do or think. You're the hero. You figure out what to do. I trust you. You want to kiss me now? Are you sure about this? I mean, it is unlucky to kiss the undead, you know. You could wind up dead or something.
Well, for you, my dear, it's a risk I'll take.
Aww.
You reach out to take the once lovely Rusalka in your arms and kiss her goodbye.
You're sweet. You know that? Not many guys would do this for me. It's funny, isn't it? I always wanted to be kissed by a guy like you. Well, if I gotta go, at least I get my wish. Thanks. Let's go, lover boy.
Aww. Well, now my pants are all wet. I'm wading in the lake.
Also, you put your mouth on that.
It's okay. I have very strong vitality.
I'm just saying, I hope you brush your teeth.
No, I never brush my teeth. Never bathe. I'm gonna be covered in Rusalka saliva for the rest of the game. It's all good.
Up until partway through the next game, in fact.
Well, you never know. I might get a bath before the end ceremony of this game.
True.
Let's go say hi to our friend at the gates.
Welcome again. It is so good to speak with you as always. The woods around here seem almost frightening at times. When you arrive, I know it is only my imagination that makes me nervous.
Right. Only your imagination.
Well, that makes sense. Okay.
Good day.
You have just gained the paladin ability to sense the presence of...
I'm doing a good deed, so it increased my...
Tell Boris what Olga said about him. He blushes.
Yes, but you already...
Olga was always opinionated. I grew tired of listening to her complain about me all the time. I am so... fair. Come back.
Alright. Now it's time to do a little bit more stat grinding.
I just love
Since we almost maxed throwing, let's see if we can just finish that.
Last 4 points in it.
Yeah.
This will take probably another day.
Couple days, yeah. The last points are always hard to get. Now we get that disco beat going. Okay. Let's see how we're doing. One more lousy
point. You maxed strength?
I maxed strength, sort of accidentally. My magic's up to a wonderful 114.
So
weapon
magical.
use is creeping up.
Still no parry and dodge.
My honor has gone up to 352.
Mm-hmm.
My climbing is getting close to 300. That's going to take a while. Intelligence, agility, those have gone up sort of just as I've been running around doing things. My vitality is because I keep getting hurt. My luck, I assume, is from trying new stuff. Okay. Come on. We're going to totally max this stat. Come on. Last point. Let's go. Alright. Yes!
And there we go.
Agility also went up from that. So now it's time to climb some trees for a while.
You get in some...
Ow, 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 ow.
You get in some... The glide spell... You can't...
Alright. Now It's time to take a nap.
A long nap.
Yeah, actually, heroes spend most of their time napping. And climbing trees.
Napping and climbing trees are the most heroic activities.
You get in. After some rest.
Okay, time to cast some spells.
Gosh, are you sure that you've cast Glide enough? Shouldn't you focus on that?
You can't.
I mean, you never know. You might really need to glide somewhere.
I think Aura and Glide.
You don't have enough
bang for your buck in terms of training than Frostbite.
Yeah, I think that's so.
And grinding my actual magic stat is important because it controls the amount of mana that I have.
And also because it sucks.
Well, yes, and that means that I don't have enough mana, which means I can't train.
Get in some climbing.
Yep.
Alright. Yeah, that was enough of that. Time to head back to town. Gosh, I wonder if we'll see any ghosts.
Nah.
Won't Piotyr be proud when he hears what I've done?
Over the gate and into town.
Well, he already knows, but you know.
A shiver of cold comes over you. You sense no danger, but even so, you find yourself afraid.
There is a woman who sorrows, whose heart cannot bear the loss of one so dear. Her child was taken by others, and now exists as an undead. Piranha's staff yet contains one great spell, the trading of one life for another. Rescue the child from the castle, and restore her to life.
I think I might have done something out of order. You're supposed to get one more quest.
Mother.
Okay, so theoretically he can give you the quest to help him by getting the sword.
Yes, but
and he can give you the quest to help Anna.
Yes.
But you sort of did those while the Rusalka quest was going on.
Yes.
So yes.
So we did sort of do things out of order and missed a couple of potential quests.
Your order has evaporated.
We're going to hear about that one for a long time.
The rest of the game, pretty much.
Alright. Time to have a nice dinner.
Good evening.
Oh, I should probably go say hello to the ghosts tonight before I sleep.
Dinner.
Be polite, yes.
And then I think it'll be time to call it a night, but let's see.
They all wait. You've never seen.
Yes, Yuri, we know. Very dangerous. Let us out!
I actually should take a very brief nap before running through the forest.
The man.
It's possible. Might be a good idea, I suppose.
After some.
Alright. Let's go see if we can find.
If we can find.
Oh, hi.
Anna, I found you. Anna!
Nikolai, I've been trying to find you for so long.
It's so romantic.
I never stopped looking for you, Anna. Never.
It's true.
Yeah, he was a bit of a loony, really.
I love you, Anna. I loved you from the moment you smiled at me. And I will love you for always.
Oh, Nikolai.
This time we will always be together.
Forever?
That's kind of what always means, yes.
The ghostly apparition vanishes.
No, that's nice. So let's leave and then come right back.
We came back one last time to thank you for reuniting us.
Yes, thank you so much. Without your help, I would have been lost forever.
I do not know how we can help you. This is the last you will ever see of us.
If there is anything we can do for you, please ask.
Hi, Ghost.
We waited so that we could thank you.
Oh,
you have saved our deaths from being endless and meaningless. I shall never again be lost and alone. Nikolai and I will find our way. Being a ghost is not bad when you have someone you love with you. I have been lost so long. I do not know how I can help you. Perhaps you can talk to my friend Olga. She knows everything that goes on in town.
She married Boris Stovich, who owned the shop.
She did? She is such a lovely girl. I'm sure they are happy together. Olga will be able to tell you many things about the town.
Interestingly enough, even though Nikolai has been apparently completely nuts this whole time, he still has some updates, like the fact that they got married, but not the fact that they then subsequently are not together.
I have not been so happy since the day of our wedding.
Two happiest days in his life: his wedding day and
the day he died.
The day he died.
It seems strange being a ghost. Still, it is better than being an old man who has lost his only love. It has been so long, and I know so little of what goes on today. Still, some time ago, there was talk in town about a stranger moving into Borgov Castle.
And like he knows that, which was only like
there was
2 years
much
before.
Talk and many rumors about who had moved in. I do not know whether your path will ever take you to the castle, but I do know of a secret passageway to there.
Secret tunnel.
There was some talk of vampires at the time. I do not think anyone in Mordavia was actually killed by a vampire, so gradually the talk faded.
And the secret passage?
My grandfather once told me that there is a secret passage that leads from the Borgov crypt in the cemetery to the castle. It was an escape route for the Borgov family when they were alive.
And who doesn't have a secret passage from their house to their family grave plot? I mean, that's just common sense. I got 3 of them.
I do not think anyone even saw the stranger. We only knew him as the Dark Master. It is an ominous title.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Not subtle at all.
You may of course take my hat. I have no further use for it.
Bye.
Farewell. May you never be lost.
Farewell. May you never be lonely.
Yes, unfortunately, since someone doesn't return my affections, I'm afraid I am destined to be forever alone. I don't feel like fighting them right now.
You don't want to get a bunch of spells thrown at you?
No, I really don't.
You definitely...
So let's go take a nice constitutional here. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. No more scary dreams, right? Right. This always happens.
You are surrounded by warmth and friendship. You reach out to take her hand and smile as she smiles back at you. You hold open your arms and she flows into them. You embrace one another and share your happiness. You both laugh with joy as you each behold the stranger you have known so long, This friend that you have never met but always cared for. This love that you share for the first time and forever.
That's not weird.
You kiss the lips of the Majorana.
I'm always a little bit confused about whose point of view the dreams are actually from.
You gradually wake, shaking off the
because most of them are sort of from Marana's.
But that was clearly not, and the person that my brain goes to is Piotyr, but
well, that doesn't make
that
sense
sort of
with any
undermines the whole business about the sword.
Nikolai has disappeared from his home. The last time I saw him, he said something about finding Anna. I fear he is dead.
Yeah,
about that. Well, hi,
Good
first.
day. I went searching last evening to see if I could find Nikolai, but I found nothing. He was an old man, and could not survive the forest at night. Of that, I am certain.
Yeah, so let me tell you
You
about
tell
that,
about Anna's ghost, and Nikolai.
So that is why he was excited about Anna. He has gone to her, I guess. Maybe they will be together again. It's nice to believe so.
Well, let's just say I have high hopes for that.
I will miss Nikolai. He was a good man. I've been looking after him for so many years. It will take some getting used to not having Nikolai around. Nikolai has not been seen in some time. He seemed so happy when last I saw him. He really thought he was going to see Anna. Perhaps he did. There was some talk of werewolves again when the townfolk realized that Nikolai was gone. But I stopped it. There will be no more of that here if I can help it. Take care.
Okay, let's snip and see Olga really quick. Go. Have some breakfast.
More missing people. Now old Nikolai is gone. What is this town coming to? So...
You tell Olga that Boris says she complains about him all the time.
Well, if he'd ever been here to get his work done instead of spending all his time carousing at the inn, I wouldn't have had to complain. And you can tell him I said so, huh?
I just love me your messenger boy.
Tell Olga
Let's see. Nope, nothing new here. There's a whole lot of having to talk to people in a very specific order in this game.
Yeah.
There's my husband.
And some of them get old very
And sometimes it gets out of order and none of the characters notice. You just sort of have whole conversation trees out of place.
Hey, you remember that thing that happened several weeks ago? I just found out about it.
You get a...
Whoops. Okay. Alright, I think that's a good place to stop. Alright, so we'll just save here. We have some stat grinding to do off camera, I think. I think we won't advance plot for a little while. As you can see, my climbing still needs a little bit of work. My magic needs pretty much endless work. Communications and, of course, my fighting stats are still not going up as much as I would like. I'm not actually really sure how to train parry in this game, because there aren't many monsters that fight with actual weapons, and you kind of need actual weapons to build your parry.
We'll see what we can do.
But we'll work on that. And for now, I think we'll go ahead and cut it there. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.